Hello. So, it is day 2, or just past the day 2 mark by about an hour. And I thought I would come in with a day 2 update on the build. It is progressing extremely quickly, as builds kind of tend to do in Last Epoch, which is fun. It's nice to just go in, blast, and do some crazy stuff. I am in Empowered Monos. Currently, this zone has only 100 base corruption, but what I've been doing is working my way through, killing all the Harbingers. This build honestly has more than enough damage to just go annihilate base Aberoth, so I've made a lot of upgrades. It's level 95 currently, on its way to level 96. I don't think I will end up hitting level 100 on the character before I stop playing. I imagine that, like, with the XP curve being the way that it is, I will end up like probably level 98, 98 and a half by the time I get the remainder of the items. Item-wise, I've still yet to get my unique sword. However, I got my body armor. I got quite a few copies of it, actually. So I'm currently in the process of farming for my base minion melee crit, T6 or T7 affix. Obviously, T7 being the best, because then I could truly hit 100 crit with 100% uptime. The most miraculous upgrade to the build so far has actually been the amulet. I didn't quite hit T7, but I got T6 increased crit chance. Now I wish it had rolled higher. Now this amulet's insane because it multiplies that value by 2, and it gives it to the bear. So the bear is getting 154% increased crit chance, with the upwards of I think it's 32 base crit that I can get with that exalted T7 like max roll melee crit chance. It's kind of a mouthful, the modifier, but I can guaranteed add it to one of these body armors. And then the bear also has 12% crit chance from the tree base crit, and so you can end up with that 32% base crit, and so you only need a little bit over 200% increase crit chance. Now, with the amulet and the war cry currently giving 100%, I'm at the threshold where if I had the base crit, the bear would be at 100%. So until I get an even better roll, I can keep those increased crit nodes on the war cry, because I'm gonna be like, I'd rather have the 100% crit than the additional damage or quality of life I could get. So I'm getting 100 increased crit here. And I'm critting all the time. You can see huge numbers. I'm frequently slamming for anywhere between 700k and 1.5 mil with the bear, so it's just obliterating things, and feels really amazing. The defense of the build has also gone up quite a bit. I think in yesterday's update video I was around 1400 max HP, and today I'm up to 2446, which is still incredibly low. I was hoping to get into like the 3000s, but I've yet to do that. There's a lot of life and hybrid life that I can get on some of these uniques that I haven't put on. You can see I farmed a bunch more amulets, and I mean, it would be crazy, but ideally I would get a T7 crit chance and then max life amulet. And I also got the relic. So I farmed a bunch of dinosaurs, doing the Rift Beast, which is the new encounter that comes with this season's mechanics. And it's kind of been a lot of fun to interact with. They're pretty interesting for the first little bit. And what I actually think is super cool, a small tangent, is after killing them, they can drop an amulet, and the amulet allows you to summon a copy of that Rift Beast into your as a companion. So you yourself can summon whatever you build. So it's kind of cool. It feels like you're building your own Spectre and setting it up to just do juicy stuff, which is pretty fun. So that's kind of awesome. Mechanics like that are pretty interesting as far as like a reason to farm it. But I guess I can go ahead and, once I finish this area, I'll go ahead and show some of the stash. So I've got a bunch of these. I opened a chest that granted me 4 of these Mantle of the Pale Oxes. This is an insane chest piece for the build because the inevitability is stacking strength, because strength is a huge increase to the bear damage as it's a strength gem, so I get a bunch of increased damage from that. It gives me movement speed. This build has insane movement speed now that I've got Yulia's Path with Exalted T7, so my boots alone are giving me, what, 65% increased move speed. The Cleaver Solution, I'm going to eventually get intelligence equal to the amount of strength that I have, which is going to eventually enable me to put on red rings if I get any. I may not hit red rings prior to Uber Aberoth. I might actually just be able to kill Uber Aberoth before then, so if that is the case, then I will, I'll end up just foregoing the Cleaver Solution, because prior to the red rings, its value is not very great. Like, it has a little bit of strength, which is okay. It has the +1 all skills, which is okay. But it's not going to beat out like one of these crafted axes, for example, because it has a plus minion damage implicit, as well as 2 good flat minion rolls and attack speed. So that's kind of the plan for the weapon slots and the body armor. Like, it all kind of comes together beautifully with the strength stacking. Here is the relic that I farmed for. This is one of the new uniques that came with the season. So all attributes, percent endurance, already good implicits. It's just like, it's just comfy. Increased effect of non-unique idols is like the big winner here, though, all the way up to 60%. Because what I'm looking for, and I have one of them now, is idols like this. So minion cooldown recovery speed and aspect of the shark effect. Together, it's like a really disgusting combo with the bear, because the bear has its own cooldowns for using swipe and earthquake, right? So here makes the bear use swipe, here makes the bear use earthquake. Pretty awesome. And you know, obviously it's scaling off of your tree, yada yada yada. I'm sure you've seen the build. And so yeah, I will be putting this on as soon as possible, but it's gonna cause some like resistance finagling. But this is where I'm gonna probably get a massive life roll. The plan is to put a like T7 high roll life, so I could get like 160 to 180 additional flat life. I think currently if I put this on, I might be okay. Oh wait, I can't equip primordial items. Oh, okay. That's because I have a T8 sealed affix. So I guess that leads me to this. This ring is like the greatest addition to mapping, it feels like. So I guess I'm gonna eventually have to drop this, which is kind of sad. But I have a kind of insane ring. The suffixes are really good, right? Increased health, Fizz Res needed to get solved, and I got sealed 213% increased minion damage, which is a lot of increased minion damage, but the big reason to use this ring while clearing echoes with the bear is that when I leap slam, bear comes with me. So whilst I can also change the state of the bear into aggressive, where he'll prioritize like rare enemies into magic enemies into normal enemies of the given tiers, and then just kind of go on his own little adventure. I could kind of let him do that and still direct him into a pack of enemies as I want to. So the ring has been really nice for clear, as has the ridiculous amount of movement speed I gained. I've enabled the Maelstrom tech, which I yoinked from Lizard because, oh my god, the Maelstrom tech is insane. I get a whole shit ton of flat necro damage. I get the exact resistances I was missing, the ridiculous movement speed, super comfortable. At some point, as I'm able to, of course, I messed up my, I'm the worst change. I messed up my relic. But yeah, it gives a lot. It enables a lot more damage stuff, blah, blah, blah. I've swapped the tree around. It does a shit ton of damage, and it's more tanky. So the next steps for the build are improving the idols, because the increased effect of non-unique idols is going to be ridiculous. CDR makes the bear use its stuff faster. Aspect of the shark makes it do more damage. And then with the Weaver tombs, I can go ahead and re-roll these Weaver suffixes, hoping for health regen, and potentially fixing other resistances that I'm missing out on. So reses are capped. They look okay. I've got 249 regen, which feels comfy. The total health is way too low. And yeah. Today I'll probably finish up getting the unique sword. There's a minion sword that I'll be using. I'm going to finish up getting that. I'm going to roll all of these Weaver Will amulets in an attempt to get T7 increased crit chance. And of course, I'm going to farm for a chest piece that has T7 minion melee crit strike. And I'm going to add that to one of these chest pieces, and I'm going to plop this on, and it's going to feel good. So I will have a day 3 update, and day 3 might be my final update leading into like a pre-boss fight video. It depends on how far I get today. But I am going to be live on stream later today, so if you're interested in seeing the progress of the build or you have any questions, then I can answer them. This league, this season, has been a lot of fun. The dino mechanic's pretty cool, and the bear is disgusting. So yeah,